Okay, girls and boys.
This is a grade 5 classroom with 33 students in Fremont Elementary School in Montebello, California. 35% of the students come from homes where English is not the primary language, and 85% of the students qualify for free and reduced lunch. In this lesson from Level D, students learn the words concept, specimen, viewpoint, dominate, invasive, and diverse without worksheets. They learn these words through discussion of an artwork by a 21st century artist, Jan Yeager. Rather than reviewing words through tests and worksheets, the lessons deliberately incorporate previously learned words so that students get to use academically challenging words in new contexts. We'll point out when a previously learned word is used.
So today we're going to examine an unusual artwork. When I say class okay, please describe this unusual artwork. Class?
Okay. It's some kind of art thinking that
You'll notice throughout the lesson that students express their observations and learn to build upon and challenge the ideas and opinions of their classmates.
So, do the examples of flowers and leaves that the artist incorporated look like real flora to you? Flora, we learned it yesterday. It's plants and vegetation. Does it look realistic?
Yes.
Thumbs up there, Tristan. The artist probably used real plant specimens as she planned this composition. So here's our first word. And let's say this sentence. The artist probably used real plant specimens as she planned this composition. In fact, this artist that we see here, her name is Jan Yeager, she foraged for these materials for her artwork. And she also used precious gold and silver for this artwork. So the diverse plant species in this artwork have one attribute in common, and that's the fact that they are all weeds. Who knows what weeds are? Can you explain what weeds are? Joselo.
it's like a plant. It's a plant.
It is definitely a plant. Can you add to that, please?
Maybe something under a flower.
Okay, so weeds are a plant under a flower. How else can we describe weeds? Right.
They grow by themselves.
They grow by themselves? Definitely. So weeds are a type of plant that grow by themselves. And one more comment, Isaac?
It's bad for the plants
Why is it bad for the plants?
because it swallows up water.
So it swallows up water from the plants. Well, I want to go back to what Brian said. He said that weeds grow by themselves. So gardeners don't plant weeds?
No.
So how do they grow by themselves?
By the flowers.
What do you mean?
When you plant them, they somehow grow by themselves.
But don't you need seeds to grow something?
Yes.
So where do the seeds come from?
From the
Flowers.
Where else would they come from?
The weeds.
Kirsten, go ahead. Okay, where else?
the ground.
Okay, so when weeds take over the garden, they're invading the other plants, and if they aren't removed, weeds can dominate a garden. Can anyone think of some other example of dominate? Let me have you talk to each other so you can think it over together. When these weeds dominate the garden, they're taking over. So when I say class okay, talk to each other and think about another example for dominate, for taking over. Class?
Okay.
Most students are using their brand new word dominate as they discuss other examples of the word dominate. They learn all new words orally in context.
Class?
Okay.
This time I'm going to take volunteers. Would anyone like to share an example of dominate? David, go for it. Can you please stand up?
I think dominate means to rule it.
So he's saying dominate means to rule. Now let's think of an example where we would use that word. Joanna.
Dominate to me, it's like if there was a fish in a bowl and a cat was trying to get it. The fish would be dominated by the cat.
That's right. So the fish would be dominated by the cat. Let's choose an example on this side. Go ahead, Tristan. loudly, please.
The jaguar would dominate the deer by catching it.
The jaguar would dominate the deer by catching it. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yes. One more, Carlos.
Dominate to me is when the Seahawks in the Super Bowl dominated the Denver Broncos.
Did the Seahawks dominate the Denver Broncos?
Yes.
Yes, they did. Okay. So, do you think weeds make it easier or more difficult for other plants to survive?
More difficult.
It's more difficult. Earlier, somebody said they take up all the water, right? What else do they take up? Or what are they dominating? The water? What else, Gabriel?
The soil.
The soil, possibly the nutrients in the soil. And Brian?
They dominate the plants.
They're dominating the plants because they're taking up the water, the nutrients, and the space in the soil. So a word that's related to dominate is invasive. Invasive plant species can prevent other plants from growing. Let's say that together. Invasive plant species.
Invasive plant species
Can prevent other plants from growing.
can prevent other plants from growing.
So when invasive plants get into a garden, do you think they try to dominate the garden or leave the garden alone? Dominate. So you see how when they are invasive, they dominate. Does invasive sound like another word you know? Yes.
Invade.
Like invade, right? So something that's invasive invades and dominates. So let's look closely at the plants in this artwork. Has the artist made these plants look aesthetically pleasing to you? Do you like looking at them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to allow you in a moment to give your opinion to each other. Do you think that this artwork is aesthetically pleasing? Do you like it? And give a reason why. Maybe you don't like it. Give a reason why. And then I'll call on you randomly and you can express your viewpoint. Class?
Okay.
You may have noticed that one student, in his discussion with his classmate, stated that he didn't like the artwork because it doesn't have vibrant colors. Vibrant is a previously learned word. Students naturally use previously learned words in their discussions across the curriculum.
Class?
Okay.
All right. How about number 27? Who's that? Robert. Thank you.
I do not like the artwork because it doesn't have many colors.
Okay, so he doesn't like the artwork because it doesn't have many colors. Thank you, Robert. Let's hear another opinion. How about number 18? Justin.
I think I like it because it has amazing designs.
So he likes it because it has amazing designs. So are you agreeing or disagreeing with Robert?
I'm disagreeing with Robert.
Thank you. So here we have Justin, who is finding this artwork aesthetically pleasing because of the designs. Robert does not like it because
It doesn't have much color.
of the lack of color. All right, let's get one more opinion here. Number 2. Alexis, can you stand up, please?
I think it's aesthetically pleasing because it has many designs on it.
She said it is aesthetically pleasing because it has many designs. So who are you agreeing with, Justin or Robert? All right, thank you. Through her artwork, the artist is trying to change some concepts about the weeds. Concepts. Let's say that sentence together. Through her artwork, the artist is trying to change some concepts about weeds. So the artist is trying to change our concept of weeds, of how we see weeds. So if I'm teaching you a new science concept, is that a new idea in science or a new color in science?
Idea.
It's an idea. So the artist is trying to change our idea about how we perceive weeds. So representing weeds as exquisite plants fabricated from precious metals such as silver and gold, is a new way to look at this invasive species, isn't it?
Yes.
When we used to think of weeds, would we think of something aesthetically pleasing and beautiful, something you like to look at? No, most people think of weeds as what? Monsters. I heard trouble too. Something you have to remove. So this artist is changing our concept about it. This artist expresses her concepts about weeds through her artwork. Do you think the artist likes invasive plants or dislikes them?
Dislikes.
Okay, so I'm hearing some differing opinions. Some people think she does like them. Some people think that she dislikes them. Does anybody want to support their answer? Who can explain why you think she may like or dislike this type of a plant? Isaac, can you stand up, please?
Because probably it doesn't have many colors in it.
So does she like or dislike the plant?
Dislike.
She dislikes the plant because?
It doesn't have probably it's not made probably colors.
Okay, would someone like to agree or disagree with Isaac? Eileen, go ahead.
I kind of disagree because it looks like it's like a headband but without weeds, not weeds. It's like a whole bunch of plants but without weeds.
So do you think the artist likes or dislikes them?
Likes
She likes them because she made a headband out of them?
with no weeds.
Well, they are weeds though.
Oh,
They are weeds. Because remember, she's changing our concept of them, right? Hannah, last one.
I agree with Eileen. She likes them because she's trying to change our opinion about weeds. So I guess she likes them.
So because she's trying to change our opinion about weeds, Anna's guessing that yes, she likes them. So the artist has incorporated her viewpoint of weeds into the artwork. And our word is viewpoint. We're going to say that together. The artist has incorporated the viewpoint of weeds into the artwork. So when you look at both sides of an issue, do you consider both viewpoints or do you consider both representations? Both viewpoints, right? So we heard several viewpoints today. Robert didn't really enjoy looking at this artwork, yet Justin did. So they have their own opinion and viewpoint. That's right.
Each lesson ends with an informal assessment of each new word.
Okay, so let's go ahead and review our words for today. Number 1, raise your hand when I name something that may be invasive. Armies. Yes, they are invasive. Hands down. How about germs? Are germs invasive? Yes. Hamburgers? I don't think so.
They're delicious.
They invade our tummy.
They invade your tummy. Okay. Weeds. How about weeds? Are they invasive?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, number 2. If a school has students from lots of different countries, does the school have a diverse group of students or a stylized group of students?
Diverse.
It's diverse because diverse means
Different.
3. Carl spent a huge amount of time playing video games. What did video games do? Imbue his life or dominate his life?
Dominate his life.
4. Pilar wrote about her ideas for a new electric vehicle. Would her work be considered a pattern or a concept?
A concept.
That's right. 5. The new park is a wonderful place, Tyler said. Was he sharing a viewpoint or a profile?
A viewpoint.
And 6. At the Nature Center, visitors could observe several species of butterflies. What could visitors see? Butterfly specimens or butterfly substances?
Butterflies.
They're specimens. Specimens is like a collection of things, right? We're getting ready for our sneak peek right now.
Many teachers and students enjoy ending the lesson with a sneak peek of the next day's image. Today, the teacher introduces students to a related photo that they will discuss of zebra mussels.
Oh, that's really nice.
Students will learn the words diversity, organism, striation, colonize, disperse, and exotic. Notice how students learn the new words without worksheets or drills, and how previously learned words are constantly reviewed and used by students. Also notice how little work is involved for the teacher and how engaged all the students are.